Disclaimer, this is the second half to a two-part video set. I make a lot of references in this half to drawings in the beginning of the sketchbook, and if you don't watch that first, you might not understand what's happening. Between you and me, I'd watch the first half anyways, because I think the drawings in the first half of this book are better. Either way, I'd watch the first half if I were you. But if you want to be a rebel and not do that, that's your choice. This is my car. It's alright. And this is my best friend's house. And I drank a Calypso, so I put it on there. Those things are so good. So much blue dye. If you're one of those people who's like, dye gives you cancer, dye gives you cancer, you probably should not be watching me. Dude, I don't know what it is, but all the things that have dyes in them are the things that taste the best. And I know it's because they're manufactured to be that way, but I fall victim every time. They are so good. I have so much Red 40 in my system, you don't even know. This is a collage of clippings from a 1960s magazine that I got from my local antique store. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like cars. I just saw that there were a lot of 64 model cars in this magazine, and I was like, you know what? I got pages to fill, let's do it. Don't ask me what a single one of these models is. I don't know. Oh, great. So I'm not good at drawing in pen. Ignore that, but story time. I fostered a kitten that I found in my backyard for about a month. I think just under a month. We found him and his sister in my dad's barn, because I guess the mom cats gave birth in my dad's barn, and my dad didn't realize till they were like old enough to start meowing, or maybe she like moved them into the barn to find shelter. Either way, we found two kittens. His sister, the first kitten, we got rid of immediately. She's got a home, a very loving home. She's doing great. This guy, no matter what we did, we could not find a home for him, and I was like, I'm not giving him to a shelter. Like, I know what's gonna happen. I'm not giving him to a shelter. I'll just keep him for a little bit, and we'll find out if I can get anybody else. I was asking people that I barely knew. But I got attached. I'm not allowed to have a cat for family reasons, but I love cats with my whole heart and soul, so I got attached real quick. He was my baby. We named him Church because he was gray with bright orange eyes, like the cat from Pet Sematary, but the Pet Sematary cat, his name is Winston Churchill, and I was not naming the cat Winston Churchill, so I just named him Church because that's what they call him. And I gave him baths, and I snuggled with him, and he at first hated my guts till he realized that I feed him. And then I was like playing, I bought him little mice from the dollar store, and I was playing with him, and he would cuddle into me. He would escape his cage to come sit in my lap. He wouldn't try to leave. He would escape his cage to come sit in my lap and purr, and I fell in love with him. Thankfully, I'm still in contact with the person who knows the person that took him. So it's like, I'm friends with them, and they are friends, well, they are related to this one person who took him. So sometimes I get update photos, and he's a really beautiful cat. This is my page of my favorite dudes, from, I guess, movies and TV shows. So this is Rocky Balboa. I'm a big Rocky fan. Don't shame me for having Funko Pops, but I'm a big Rocky fan. This is Matt Smith, and this is Seymour Krelborn from Little Shop of Horrors. I have another Funko Pop for. I have a movie collection. I'm a big movie watcher. But that's Seymour Krelborn. It doesn't really look like him. I think all the other ones I did a really good job of like capturing them. But Seymour looks busted. I don't know what it is, and I don't know if anybody's gonna get this, but for some reason, Rocky looks so Sailor Moon. Something about his face and his eyes. He is giving Sailor Moon. I don't know why, but I've thought that ever since I made him. And then here's Cameron Fry from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then Christopher Eccleston. This is the first and only time I've ever drawn him successfully. If you watched my other tour, you would know. I really struggled with drawing him, and so this was like a revolutionary moment. And then this is Dan Avidan from Game Grumps. Danny Sex Bang, Daniel. Love him. And then up here it says apply to Tim Hortons. They didn't hire me, so. More Stardew Valley fan art. This page is so empty. I don't know why I did nothing else to it, but it says thank you, farmer, and it's Penny, and I love her hair, and I love her outfit. She's great. I don't know what she's thanking the farmer for, but you know what? Maybe it's because they got married. Here's a painting that I never finished. It was supposed to be a mourning dove, because, you know, summer, mourning doves. Very nostalgic sound. Love them birds. But one thing I failed to remember is that I hate acrylic paint. I've never liked it, and I can never tolerate painting with it, so I don't know what I thought was gonna happen, but. And then here is a little picture I drew of my desk, so that's my janky hand. And then there's my iPad and my sticky notes and, yeah, my view from my chair at my desk. This is Leah. It says, Sawyer has been giving his wife at least one mushroom per day for a year. Because, and I keep yelling at him for this, to this day, we're 4 years into the farm. My friend Sawyer that I play with will not give his wife anything besides mushrooms, because we have a mushroom cave, so he will just farm them, and then immediately give them back to her. And I'm like, man, she's gotta be tired of it by now. Like, you're a bad husband, but she hasn't left him yet. Sawyer, if you're watching this, please fix your relationship with your wife. She's so tired of you, dude. This is, I don't know, really. I drew on a different piece of paper, and it was just me with my little brain out, I guess. I don't know. And there's, like, little flies, so I guess I must have been stinky. But then I put Alex G lyrics behind it. Not an Alex G fan, to be honest. I don't know what song this is. I don't listen to him that much. And then I was like, you know what? This needs something. So I put it in my sketchbook, and then I painted the background black. And I put little glow-in-the-dark stars behind it. The duct tape is, like, bubbling, but obviously it's a 3D object. So I'm not too mad about that. I think it's really cute. I went on vacation, so here's me in the car. Oh, here's me in the car, on the way to the location. It says, you're my Wonderwall. I guess we were listening to Wonderwall, dude. I don't know. This is my view of, I guess, the sunset and the islands out on the water. I was using, like, Crayola crayons from, I think, the 80s, or maybe even the 70s. I don't know. They were old, they were crusty, they barely worked. But I used them, so, yeah. Don't mind how garbage it looks. Okay, so the next couple of pages are gonna have lots of story. If you don't like to hear me yap, probably skip them, alright? So I drew this monster can in the middle. This is the only flavor of Monster drink, by the way. It's the Ultra Strawberry Dreams. So I was like, this sucks, because the rest of it was white. And I was like, you know what? This needs something. I gave it to my friend. I said, cover it, and she did. And she had a story for everything. So there's this little snail. He goes across and up the page, and he's looking at the monster with very intent eyes. He wants that monster. He's hungry. Okay, but he's being grasped by this hand, this large hand with one blue finger. But this poor snail's being gripped by this hand. There's a snake. There's a snake wrapping tightly around this snail. I don't know. Talking is hard. I'm sorry. So yeah, little snake. Then there's this worm who's also there. But the worm isn't there by choice. The worm is being hugged by this woman. She's bald. She's wearing Uggs and a miniskirt. And this woman is hugging both the snail and the worm. But the woman does have one long baby hair, okay? And it goes all the way up. But the problem is the baby hair is made of keratin, the stuff that your nails are made of. So to cut her hair, you need nail clippers. So that's what those are for. There's this bear here. He's chill. He has a crown. I don't think he has any other story besides that. And then there's this guy, and he's beautiful and blonde, and his hair is flowing in the wind, but he has a pimple. And then I told her to sign her name because I was like, wow, this is art. You really need to put your name on this, man. And she goes, okay. And she wrote Clarence, but she spelled it wrong. So here's a collage page because I drew this boat over here, right? But the first time I drew it, it was just disgusting. So I put a collage over it. These are Animal Crossing stickers from my Animal Crossing sticker book. Bug juice wrapper, Posca markers in the back just to create these little smudges of color. This is a sticker from the place I went to vacation. And then here's the successful boat because I did do it right the second time. Alright. So, once again, I was like, oh, okay, let's get some sketchbook pages done. We're still on this vacation. It was me, my friend, and then my brother and his two friends. Actually, his two friends and my cousin. So this is Evil Bifford. We call him that because he's like Clifford, but the opposite. Instead of a large red dog, he's a small purple cat. This is Fred Durst if he was a club penguin. This is Bifford's pet zombie. And then this is Jaundice, spelled Jondice. Or D-I-S. I don't know, Jaundice, okay? He's yellow. For obvious reasons, he's got microbangs, and he has no shirt on. So he is only wearing pants and slippers. But he's at the skate park, and he's loving life, man. Except for this is Fred Durst, but if he was normal. So he's riding a Segway, and it's raining on him, so he's saying it's just one of those days, man. This is the yapping part, okay? Because all of these had a story. Me as a baby, self-explanatory, little snail. Here's John is doing sick tricks. Here's Fred Dust. It's Fred Durst, but his name is spelled wrong. It says Fred Dust. Here's fan art of Evil Bifford's pet zombie. Here's fan art of Evil Bifford. Here's a little minion with a gun. Evil Bifford saying, I love communism. I feel so low XD random showing this, but in the moment it was a good time, I swear. I'm not just quirky. Here's a little goldfish. Here is, I think it was Stewie Griffin and Kirby, but the same. So, Kirby Griffin, I guess, I don't know. It says what the deuce, but it looks like it says what the pudge. And then he's holding a knife. And then here's a little pickle, but it's a pickle minion. And he's being turned into a pickle by me as a baby. And it says, I turned myself into a pickle Gru, I'm Pickle Minion. Oh yeah, and there's Kirby getting stabbed. here's a drawing I did of my friend's dad. His name is Mike. Also, I'm recording this on his birthday. Shout out to Mike, dude. He's a great guy. But there's a photo of her dad. It's a 0.5. Here's SpongeBob and Little Plankton. Here's Anime Jesus. And here we had Play-Doh, so we were making little things out of Play-Doh. His name is Grog. He's this little guy. He has a bell on his head. He's holding it up with his hand. And then later we added a very important addition, the singular nipple. But my niece came up to him and she was like, "What's his name?" And I was like, "Grog." And she's like 3. And she goes, "No, his name's Tinkly Bell Poop." So. And then here is my friend's homophobic cat. She just is homophobic, I don't know. And then here's my friend's barn cat, who, she showed me a picture of this cat, and he looked absolutely miserable. And I was like, "Why is he so sad?" And she was like, "Oh, well, I took it right after he got stepped on by our horses." I was like, "Oh." So he says, "I wish the horse killed me." Here's that one photo set of Plankton, and then Plankton burnt to a crisp. And then I had everyone sign it, so here's all the people that worked on it. This guy, I said, "Hey, sign it." He said, yeah, he took the crayon, he wrote, "On Skibbity Yacht." I said, "That's not a signature," and so he added one later, but then there's no one. Enough of the yapping, we're done. That's the end of vacation, so you're safe now. Here are some line of action hand studies, because I'm really bad at drawing hands. Okay, I don't mind drawing hands. I think they're fun to draw. I'm just not the greatest, so. This one sucks. That one's alright. That one's really good. That one's even better. And that one's even better. See, I gotta warm up, alright? This was my first one, and then from there it got better. You just gotta give it time. Here's more. They kept getting better as time went on. This one's really good. That one's really good. That one's really good. That one is my favorite. That's 2 hands and they're like this. I think that is banger. That one's pretty decent. But this one, I put little stars around it because I loved it so much. More hands. These 2 are alright. That one's actually pretty bad, but whatever. I thought it was good at the time. This one's really good. I like it a lot. Hence the stars. That one's pretty good. Actually, I think I lied when I said this one was my favorite of all time. Because this, the hand holding the apple, even the apple looks good, dude. I don't know. What? Can I get those skills back, please? Because they're gone. More hands. Hand holding a baseball. Hand holding a rod. This one was really, like, skinny, and I thought it was nice. That, you can barely tell what it was, but it's, again, a very skinny hand holding a rose. And then, yeah. Here is some Monster Prom fan art. So my friend got me into Monster Prom. Oh, I forgot to put the sheets back for the Mod Podge, but whatever, I'll do that later. My friend got me into Monster Prom. It's a great game. I don't know, like, it's a dating simulator, but it's not. Like, it's more than that. It's funny. It's a good time to play with friends. Play it. It's nice. I like it. So here is Joy from Monster Prom or Monster Camp. But I posted this to the Monster, I think it was the Monster Camp. No, it was the Monster Prom subreddit. Not subreddit. What am I talking about? I posted it to the Monster Prom Discord. And people really loved it there. I did this in Ohuhu markers. I'm a big fan. This one, not so much, okay? More Monster Prom / Camp fan art. I always play as this guy. I'm not sure what his name is, but I always play as him. I think he's really adorable, okay? And then I am in love with Scott because he's voiced by Aaron Hansen, and he's also just a cutie patootie, but that's beside the point. So I was like, this guy and this guy aren't available in the same game, so I'm gonna put them in the same game. Here's my little rendition of that. But since I was using Ohuhu's and it's like a pack of 90 something, I don't even think it's that much. I think it's a pack of probably 50. They didn't have a lot of colors. So he's way too green. He's way too pale. I don't know what else I can say besides he's way too green. His shirt is way too pink. I don't know. I'm not a fan of how it turned out simply because of the colors. I think that if the colors were different, it would have been really cute. I like the drawing itself, but I wrote down. I didn't have the exact color palette for Doug. Oh, that's his name, Doug. Because all I have is a cheap standard pack of Ohuhu, so it's kind of ugly. Yeah. This is a drawing of the back of my car. Can you tell I'm running out of ideas? You can't even tell it's a car because the blue is so gross. This is a drawing of band camp. So we were on lunch at band camp, and then I never eat lunch inside when I'm at band camp. I always eat lunch in my car or we go out for lunch, but for some reason we were in. And I remembered quickly why I don't eat lunch inside. Here's a drawing of my friend. I drew her. This is how I see her. This is how I was seeing her. It was a life drawing. She moved sometimes, so it's not perfect. but I think it's pretty okay. I mean, her forehead isn't that big, and her nose is bigger than that. Her nose is too small and her forehead's too big. But this is how I see her. And she goes, "Oh my god, why did you draw my double chin?" I was like, "Ma'am, I'm so sorry, but I'm just drawing what I see." And she was like, "Please, you gotta make me more snatched." So, I mean, I made her more snatched. I did what she asked, bro. Oh, these are little, like, I guess layouts for a trinket dish I was gonna make. I didn't go with any of these. I did an Animal Crossing fossil, and I'm done with it. I just had to paint it, but I sculpted it fully. And then here's a little collage I did. I put this in my portfolio because I think it's really nice, but I did it in about an hour, so there wasn't much thought put into it, but it's like predator and prey, and the sculpture's like cracked. I don't know, look into that, try to find a meaning. I don't have one. It says Dreadwatch, who is next? And then this page sucks. This page sucks because, like I said, I don't learn from my lessons. I put Mod Podge down and shut it. And then it cracked. So there's like little discolored spots where the crayon got pulled up. There's little patches, as you may be able to see, that just are, I don't know, kind of crusty looking because there's no Mod Podge on it. There's no sealant. It's a little fox crammed into a box. Oh, that rhymes. Bars. But he's sad. I got a pack of those big crayons for toddlers that you like. But the Mod Podge killed me, you know. Next time I try to use Mod Podge on a double-sided spread, kill me. Just shoot me. This is the final page. So, I shouldn't have added the text. Biggest mistake. But it was this collage. There's like this woman with skin cancer being looked over by a doctor. There's these people. I think they were doing something related to the war. Like I said, I'm not good with history, but I was reading the magazine and it was like really tragic. I wish I could remember. There's this arm of, like, you can't see the full drawing, but the man was like reaching out because his life was ending. And then there's a picture of Jesus. And I was like, wow, this is so fire. I should add something useless on it. So this is a Bible verse. I don't read the Bible. I'm not a Christian, but my friend is like an ex-Christian, so she gave me, I showed her the thing. I said, what Bible quote do you think would go on this? And she gave me one that I think matched perfectly. I just wish there was a way that I could have executed it better because I feel like it takes away from the original vibe. It's alright. I just wish that I incorporated the text differently, or just kept out entirely, to be honest, and just kept it as like a caption on a post, because it could have been really nice. And I don't think it is anymore. But that is the last page, so woo! And there's nothing in the pocket. I take everything out of the pocket when I'm done with the sketchbook, but that was sketchbook number 3. It took me 3 months to complete the whole thing, and then another 5 months-ish to complete the one Tia Blake page. I hope you enjoyed. I will have another video out very soon because the reason I wasn't posting is because I got into a graphics class. They loaded me up with 13 paintings and then the entirety of Inktober. So I did everything and it took me ages, and I had to take like a month-long extension because I kept asking for more. I was like, hey, can I have a week more to do this? And then I didn't get it done. I was like, can I have another week? It took me a month to get the completion, or to get the extension done. Anyways, point is, I'm done with everything right now, so I have another video on the way, but I hope you enjoyed. Do all the YouTube stuff. If, you know, I don't know, I'm bad at this. Bye!